Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be looking at the Bosch CCS180 18-volt cordless circular saw, 6.5 inch. Unlike some reviews, or most of them I've seen online, this is going to be an actual tool that I've used now for over a year in the field, on the job site, not in some studio where you're going, oh, this Bosch brand new, looky here, it has this and it has this, and oh, it should be really good on the job site. Now, this has been used on the job site. I use it darn near every day. There's one thing though, if you watch till the end, I'm going to tell you that really irks me about this saw. And it's one thing that really just almost makes me give it 3 stars instead of 4, something like that. But some of the features this saw has, one of the things I really like is the brake. Let it off, it stops. It doesn't just keep on kind of spinning. You know, it's okay, you can do that. And that's by the half, once you get off the trigger, halfway, let it all the way out, and stop. So, I mean, it's a good brake. The handle's nice. I use it mostly for getting it out back of my truck though. Doing long cuts, like I don't know if you can see these corner closets I framed out last week. I had a lot of cuts at 45-degree angle. Instead of going to get my table saw, I just ripped it 45 with this. And with this adjustable base, it makes it really easy to cut 45 all the way up to 50 degrees, and it's just, man, it's nice. This has been my favorite saw. Hardly ever use my miter saw anymore. This is the second or third blade, second blade, I believe. First one was Bosch blade, did real good. This one is a Diablo. Went through it, loaned it out to a frame crew one day while I was on lunch. I don't know what they cut, but they've all obviously dulled it. So, but even dulled, this cut's good. Has a plastic guard on it. I'm not crazy about it. I don't know if you can see this guard here. What happens when I stack lumber, and you know you cut through one, and it leaves a mark in the one right where you need it below? Well, when you do that, a lot of times this tip right here will get hung up on the next board down, and you can't hardly get it to slide so you can go through the board. Now that's irritating, but not near as much irritating as that one thing I told you about earlier. The blade lock is right here when you change it. Now, like never got this bolt loose to change my blade the first time. And if you read right around there, Bosch tells you don't over tighten that, and I'm thinking, guys, you should take your own advice, because it was a booger to get off. But I'm using the 4-amp battery. I built my daughter a platform bed from the Plans on Lowe's. I think it took 5 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. I ripped them all with this saw. I didn't start off with a topped off battery. It was nearly topped off, but it wasn't. I made all my cuts except for the last probably 3 or 4, maybe half dozen, with one battery. I mean, it lasted that long. These are, like I said, the 4 amps. They do last quite a bit. Has a good adjustment range on it. Whether you're just cutting 1/4 inch material all the way up to 2 inch. I built a lot of decks, porch coverings. I cut 4x4s, 4x6s, rip 4x6s. Now obviously I can't go through them all with one pass. You got to flip them over, but it has no problem. Like I said, it's a 6.5 inch. I can't even tell you where my corded circular saws are right now. I don't know. I hadn't used them since I've got this. I've been very pleased with it. Very powerful. Now that one thing that really gets my goat, and I don't know why Bosch did it this way, I love this lever, quick release depth adjustment lever. However, when I'm cutting 2x material, and I go set it down, get me another one, I pick it up, guess what happens? My adjustment's loose. This depth adjustment sets below the battery, and it sets below, I don't know if you can see this or not, sets below the plate right here. And so when you set it down on the flat, of course it's going to tilt to that side. Now you got to stop, stop what you're doing, it costs you time. A lot of times I'll just slide it all the way up and slam it back down. Now, if you think about it, you can, oops, no, you can't set it there like that because guess what? You knocked it loose again. So it's really a pain in the butt. It's the biggest thing that perturbs me about this saw. I love how it cuts, even dull blade. It cuts great. Also got to cut some blocking for a sheetrock, so. You can let it slow down, or you can let off the button all the way and the brake kicks in. I don't know if you can catch this on, I'm not getting that one I need, but it's a, man, I love this saw. So that's a dull blade. So, like I said, this hasn't been set in a studio or someone's garage just waiting for it to be reviewed. It's used almost every day. So if you're looking for a good cordless circular saw, one you can use every day, good battery life. Like I said, this is 18 volt. I use it on all my other Bosch tools. Man, look into this CCS180. I think you'll love it. So anyway, Donald, Blue Collar DIY, I'm out of here.